Thank you. Yeah, definitely, Rajesh. I'll keep a note on this. So because there was one more session in the morning, different batch, it's a different faculty, not with me. Fine. So good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to the session. This is my session number 4 on Advanced Excel program. Today, I'm going to start with average if, average IFS, PDN, as well as conditional formatting. And in conditional formatting, we have various options like highlight cell rule, top bottom rules, and the data bars, color scales, right, icon sets. And once we complete this conditional formatting, these are the 5 major rules which is available, and each rule consists of again sub rules. And there are certain rules I think we have already discussed in session number 2 with the different the platform, like starting with basics of arithmetic operators, uh, logical operators, right? So based on that, that's what I was keep telling you. Based on that, we have some more thing to discuss. So that was a base session. So there are conditions. There are 5 categories of conditions, like highlighting conditions, identifying top bottom or a percentage top bottom rules, as well as presenting data using gradient fill, as well as presenting data using color scales, as well as icon sets. And we can go with a new rule, our own rule. So for that, I have some more examples how to generate our own rule based on the reports, and based on multiple criteria, how to generate the report. I'm going to explain today. So we'll see. We'll try to complete as much as possible. Uh, for the last session, those who are not attended my last session, I think I will just share the link, because if somebody wants to leave the session in between, so you may require that. So I'm just pasting that session number 3 recorded link. You can collect that playback download link for session number 3. I just pasted in your chat window. You please collect that. Done. So starting with average IFS or average, everybody knows that how to identify the average, and we would like to know how to identify the average if conditions are there. IFS, this condition means based on the criteria. When I say criteria, criteria may be the year or a specific year or range of years. So that is what the criteria. Now I've taken a small the target data, and the same concept can be applied on any other data. Say column A is talking about year, the list of year, and some year is not there in the order because of unordered list. So that's what we wanted, because maximum the problematic case only we have to handle. So in this case, one is the year is not properly ordered, like smaller year to the higher year, which is the current date, current year to the future year, that is not here, and some values are approximate values are available. And meantime, I'll just clear some conditions. So there are conditions applied, right? Now starting with, I would like to show you something like uh, my voice is not audible. I'm not sure, because it's in high volume. Hope you are able to see my volume control. It's in high. Okay, now you can check. I think I once again I increased it. Okay. Now when we say average if, let me understand, or let me show you the formula. So formula is talking about the average if IF, and the first one is range. Is talking about range. What is the range here? Range is A2 to A14. That is what the range provided, because we want to see the range of year on which we are going to create or which we are going to get the average data. Now, so this is the input data. That is what the range here, A2 to A14. That is what the input. And you may ask me, why you are taken only this column? Why don't you take this column instead of this range? At present, I am taking this range. Why don't you take this range? So we can also take that range, because the second example, there is a one more example below that I'll explain later. Now range, the first I have taken this, and the comma, once you put the range, say for example, I'll just remove everything. If you want, I'll start fresh. Average if the range is, you go by syntax, range is required. So I'm going to highlight A2 to A14. So that is not the range, comma. What is the criteria? In this, the number of year, which year you would like to count, or which year you would like to get the average if year is 2050. Say suppose if I type 2050 straight away in the formula itself. We can have two different types here. One is stating the criteria in the formula itself. So in this case, what I'm doing, I just inserted 2050 is my criteria, because I know that 2050 is here, something is here, or something is here, various location 2050 is there, because this is very small data. If we have a bigger data or a list of years, so we may not calculate, oh, well, this is one case, second one is there, third one is there. So we don't have to manually calculate. So in front of that year, there is a amount. So based on that amount, we will get the average. So here criteria, I'm looking at 2050. So that is my criteria, comma. What is the average range? So we want a value. So this is the range for a criteria. We want values because it will look for the values in front of 2050. So there is a value. In front of 2050, there is a value. So we want to provide the value range. So from again B2 to B14. That is my value range. So bracket close and enter. Now, I'll just delete this. Okay, now I'm getting 533.33 is my average if when my criteria is 2050. How you got this 533.33? So manually I will tell you. So this is 2050. You can check this from here, 2050. So this is one 500. Second one is this is 500, and third one is this one. This is 600. So there is no other 2050. So only 3 entry, I believe. Yeah, 3 entries. 1, 2, 3. So 5000 plus 500 plus 500 plus 600. So what is the total? Sum is 1600. 1600 divided by how many times we identified 2050? 3 times. So 1600 divided by 3. So numerical count 3. So 3 divided by 3, it is 1600 1600 divided by 3, because 3 entries are there pertaining to 2050. Average is 533.33. That is what on the status bar you will get the result. Otherwise, you have a result here, printed result here. This is status bar temporary result. As soon as you highlight this one and this one and this one, you will get the result. That is for temporary result, which is visible on a status bar. Now you can click outside. Still your data is available because it is there in the formula. Now one more method we can adopt here. So this time you have typed 2050 to get the 2000 average of 2050 year, because this entry belongs to 2050. Now instead of this 2050 writing here, why don't you provide one cell here, one cell address instead of 2050? So let me provide one cell address, which is A16. I just click on A16. So instead of 2050, I am writing is 2060, right? Enter. Now as of now, you have an error. Why you have an error? Because my criteria, which is A16, my formula is looking at criteria, which is A16, because I have not asked anything or any year here. So suppose if I type 2025 here, because I am now my criteria, I would like to input as 2025. When I insert 2025, immediately result is reflected. Why? Because it is looking at my criteria now is A16. Whichever year which is tagged here or inserted here, I will immediately get the result instead of going to formula and inserting the year. So it is a bit complicated. instead of writing here or typing here, it is complicated. So you have to highlight that much part only between the comma. So instead of that, I just provided cell address. Now, so whenever you type, say, now if I type 2000, it says nothing because 2000 here is not there. So just to confirm whether my formula is working properly or not. Say if I type 2015, I'm typing here. This particular cell is working as search engine. So if I type 2015, so immediately I'm getting 67. How 2015? Say only one entry. There is no other 2015. So average if my year is 2015. Now, so this is second method. One is inserting the year in the formula. Second is referring the cell here to import here. One more method, every time you need to type here, right? So every time if you want 2025 or 2020, you are typing it here. So we can avoid this typing job. How to avoid this typing job? So I'm just highlighting this cell. Listen carefully. I'm just highlighting this cell and I'm using method called data validation technique. Now, where is data? Data is somewhere here. So data ribbon, there is option called data validation. Now, we are going to learn more thing in data validation in the later stage, but not now. But let me identify or let me explain only one thing, data validation, the first one. So in that, where I clicked data ribbon, data validation, and now I need, there are some entries, you don't worry about this because I'm going to explain that, okay, I'm going to explain later other parts. Now, so I'm going to generate, what is my motive? I'm going to generate the drop down list based on the number of year provided here. So that is a list. I'm going to generate a list. So this is a category you need to highlight, list, where I'm going to generate the number of year in the list. So you can avoid typing job. So this is a list and source is, this is my source. Just highlight your cursor here. Just insert your cursor. So cursor is here. That means you are ready to give the inputs. So you are storing this A2 to A14, whichever year is available, that you are inserting. So just click on OK. Now what happened? Anytime if you want to check the average of any year, so you have a drop down list here. You have a drop down list. Okay, you have drop down list. So as soon as you highlight 2020, so 2020 average is coming up. As soon as you highlight 2050, 2050 average is coming up. So there are various methods to integrate the data. Now I think I got some queries here in between. Yeah, definitely. Jagan, I didn't put the filter here. It was there as a default. If you want, I'll remove this default. I think it is causing any confusion, guys. Definitely I can remove that. I'll say clear filter. I don't want that filter. I removed that filter because just a data. Column itself I'm talking about. It was there for some other reason. I was doing something. So I just removed that filter now. So filter is not necessary. Filter anyway we will discuss in the next session. Filter, advanced filter, custom filter, and the leveling filter we will see in the next session. Here I'm only talking about average if. Jagan, I hope clear now. So maybe you thought something else, why I'm having filter there. Fine. Now, so I just removed the filter, but still I hope this is clear, guys. So how to apply average if based on the criteria, based on providing year as well as providing the data as a reference link. Okay. Venkat Raman, no issues. You can anytime you can go through the recorded link later stage. Now anyway, I'm started the session maybe 5 minutes now, so you can continue now. This is the first method. So where we started this. Okay. So as quick glance, I'll just go through once again. Quick glance, average formula is average IF into bracket, range is this range, comma, criteria, you can go with the first method, which is inserting year here. Otherwise, highlight this cell where we have a multiple years, comma, and the average values are available here, and bracket close. So we have a result because this particular cell is already validated. Data validated. How you validate it? Just highlight the cell, go to data ribbon, data validation, the first option. In that you are identifying the list. You required a list. So this is the list, and source is, this is the source. So from A2 to A14, because it can avoid your typing job. So I have validated this particular cell as a data validation. Now anytime you would like to get the average, you need to highlight just a year. You have a scroll bar, just a year, and you will get the result. Now this is first method. Next one is next method. So in this case, what we have used as per formula, range is this, and criteria is any year, and the average range is number of values. So this way we are used, column A, column B we are used. Now one more method. This time I'll just delete everything. I'll do it once again. Okay, even I delete data validation. Sorry, I just delete data validation. So okay, now I'll start afresh now. This time same formula, AVE, RAGE, average, IF, average if. So you just you type AVE, you will get the option average if, into bracket range. Guys, I'm telling other way now. Earlier this range was this column. Now people may ask me, as of now nobody asked me, but anyway I'll do my job now. So range is, I'm going with this values. What happens if I go with this value? That was a question I raised. So I'm going by this range now. And what is the criteria? So criteria, this time I can't provide year because my range is this. So in this you say values. Say suppose 25. If I type 25, what happens? Wherever the 25 is there in front of the year, that year will be considered for calculation. So 25 is my criteria, or any value from this entry. So 25 is my criteria, comma, what is the average range? So this time my average range is this, because earlier we used this as the value. Now I am using this reverse order. Okay, completely reverse order. I am using this column and this criteria, and the average range is this one. Now people may tell that by doing this method, the second method I'm doing now, by doing with method, what average you can get or one can get, because there is a year, there is not a numerical values. Definitely you are right, you are thinking correctly. Okay, numerical values are here. Based on that we were getting average, but here why the police thing we are doing it. So I'm just highlighting the year as the values. But anyway, I'll just enter now. So I'm getting some result as 2025. So how you got this 2025? Okay, how you got this 2025? That is the question. Now it is going with the average of year. So concept wise I'm telling you. So now the range is this. Okay, this range in that 25. Now my criteria is 25. Where is 25? So here 25. Whichever or wherever 25 is there, in front of that there is a year, because we have given a value as a year. So this is one 2025 because it is in front of 25, and this one, right, there are two 25, 1 and 2, no other 25 entries. So 1 and 2. So 2025 plus 2025, sum of a year it takes 4050 divided by 2 times 25 is there. So my average is 2025. That is what I'm getting, year average. I'm getting year average 2025. Or this time if I change, instead of 25, if I write something like 500 is there, some value is like 500 is there. If I type 500, so if I type 500, so there are 500. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there are 4 500. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. So total of year is 8150 divided by 4 count. So you have 2037.5 is the year of average. So here also we cannot say that we don't get any result. Here also we get a result as this. So we are not telling numerical values. This time we are talking about year. So here, first method, based on the year, we are identifying the average. So even every time changing the value in a formula is difficult task. Again, you can go with the data validation technique. So that is again a list only, and source this time values. Earlier we have recorded year, now I'm recording value. So values are recorded. Any number of time, any time you want to check the value, say 2060. So 2060 average, wherever 2060, this and this. So again 2025, 2025 or any value. So any value, say for example, I take any one, 15. I'll just go with the 15. 15, that year, 15. So year is again 15, 2025. Okay, or 15. Right? That entry is going with that 2050. So like that, we can have multiple entries, 25 or maybe 500 or 600. You can check the entries are coming up. So that's what the combination here that you need to identify, average to average 2014. And make sure that these are the entries, sometimes general category, and these are the normal category, year entries and the data category that you need to generate. Sometimes it will be in a date or sometimes it will be in the currency format. That formatting you can take place, right click and say format cell, and you can check with whether the number is displaying or currency is displaying. That you can cross verify. Ultimately, if at all you are getting any result, so you can go with that. So this is how average if function. Usually you have to work on this model, not on this model. But somebody asked me in the last session, so I just thought of telling you guys also. So this is actually correct method where the year as a criteria, we are getting the value as a result. Ultimately, we want a value. Average means value, not as a year. So usually this is the first method one should go for. This is average if. Next one is average IFS. So there are many criteria. Here only one criteria, any 1 year or any one value. But next one is average IFS. IFS means based on criteria and combination. Based on criteria and the combination. Okay, 1 minute, I'll check. Okay, guys, my screen is frozen. No. Can you please confirm? Because Mohit sent my screen is frozen, not moving. Okay, fine. So I think Mohit, there's problem with your internet, not for my system. Yeah. Now the next one is the average IFS, where we have multiple criteria. Let me show you. See, there is a quarter column, there is a area, sales rep, and the sales. So these are the sales amount. Now average range. See this, the criteria. Maybe I can criteria 1, criteria 2, or criteria 3. So he see this first example is the average range where the values are available. Average range values. After that, all criteria. Maybe I'll just close everything. I'll just delete everything. So we'll start as a fresh. Okay. Now average IFS. See, only formula is this much. Average range. So in this case, average range is sales value. So average IFS when we have a multiple criteria. So we want numerical values. We are providing numerical value in the first case itself, but in an earlier example, we are providing in the last. Column B was the last. So here average range from D2 to D13, comma criteria range 1. So here from this point onwards, we have to provide the criteria. Criteria is what? Criteria range 1. So criteria range 1. You can go with this column or anything, any order. There is no restriction. So I can start with the normal order. Then you can play with these orders. So first criteria range 1. So this is criteria range 1, comma. If it is a criteria range 1, what is the criteria 1? So in this, what you are looking at, maybe you are looking at quarter 2. So I'm typing quarter 2 here. Criteria 1. Criteria range is this. Criteria range 1 is this. And in that, what is the criteria? Number 1. So number 1 is the particular entry, any one entry, because there are multiple 1. So you type as a criteria, or 2 is there, or 3 is there. You can type any one quarter number. So I'm typing as 2, comma. Next criteria range 2. So what will be the next criteria? So next criteria I will take the area which is north to south is written. So this is my criteria range 2, or criteria range 2, comma. In that, what do you want? In that say for example, if I take south example, so that is B7. So in this first criteria I have taken 2, second criteria south. So always it is looking for 2 south in this combination. Wherever 2 is there, combination 2 and south, so it will look for the third criteria. If at all we are providing, otherwise you can okay with another column also. So comma criteria range 3. So I'm talking about criteria range 3. There may be a duplicate of same name, or sometimes instead of sales representative, for uniqueness people will provide employee ID. So employee ID is the particular unique number. Name may be different, but employee ID can be or cannot be different. Now, so I've taken C2 to C13 is the third criteria range 3, comma. In that, what is the criteria you are looking at? So you are looking at, say for example, Archana. Example, I'm just providing example Archana, and bracket close. So there are 3 criteria provided. Now I'm getting error. Why? First criteria A1 to A2. In that, first criteria was, see this criteria, in that I have taken 2. So say suppose 2, any one of the 2, this or this or this. So it will look for any 2, then immediately look for next one. Okay, here this is the first criteria A2 to A13. So in that I have typed, maybe instead of typing 2, so maybe you can type straight away the cell address A7. Instead of that, you typing 2, you can also type A7, one and the same. So A7, and next is B2 to B13. In that you are looking at south. So criteria, it matches the criteria. First you ask 2, second you ask 2 south. So 2, it looking for, see, 2 north, 2 south. Yeah, it is looking at combination 2 south. Then the third one is 2 south Archana. Here is the disconnectivity. So you are not getting that result. That combination you are not getting it. So here 2 south Archana. So that particular combination you are not getting. So again final one is C5. Or instead of C5, you can also provide, say, Suri. So this is what combination 2 south Suri. So 2 south Suri is 17,824. Or if I talk about B7, if I say Archana north, so again I will get the combination. Where is Archana? Archana north 2. So Archana north 4. So there is no combination. So here immediately if I change, Archana is 2. Sorry. 2. Now again we'll go with this combination, this combination, this combination. So we are getting the error. Maximum case it is looking for the combination. See here, 2 north combination, or sales C7. I'm looking at Archana. So it is looking at Archana 9717. So usually multiple criteria can be provided, but usually you don't get the result output. So maybe people maximum they use one column, second column, not 3, 4 columns, because it will go by combination. Average if column A is this, column B is this, column C is this, based on the criteria. So now we are getting the result as combination. Otherwise, we can also go with one combination. I'll just remove everything. I'll just say this is my sales value. Okay, sales value. And suddenly, if I say my criteria range 1 is this, comma, my criteria is Archana. What happened? Now, here see, 9717. Combination wise. 9717 and one more Archana, 6231. So Archana and Archana. So here this and this. So total is 15,948 divided by 2. Average is 7974 is the average of Archana, because the multiple times are there. Maybe here instead of name you may have employee ID. Or we can add one more criteria, comma, criteria range 2, comma, north. We have combination. So this and this combination. It will look for a combination. It is accommodating north and north combination. If I, as soon as if I type this with east, suppose, right? Suppose if I change that with the east, so it will go back to the normal, the NT north Archana combination. Okay, this combination unit is going back. So that is what I am writing Azam actually here. You can also write Archana in the formula. Here C5, right? C5 in quotes. I am writing ARCHANA bracket, this quote closed. Now you can check. So instead of C5, right? But I provided as Archana, small case or upper case, whatever it is. So Archana and Archana. I am typing here is not normal case, but here it is in capital case, but doesn't matter. You are definitely able to get the result. So it is looking for Archana in entire column instead of typing column address. That is what the IFS. Okay, you can type Sudipta. I think I just wrote the same thing. Instead of B7, you can type South, or instead of Archana name, which is C5, you can type Archana name. Here also, here B6. B6 is what? B6 is north, right? So instead of B6, I can also type NORTH quote, because you are typing text, so that has to be in the quote, double quote. So I'm just typing that. So again, it will consider North Archana combination, because here one Archana I typed as east, so now NORTH north. So your result is different, 7974. That is what the gap here. No, type 2, you can type 2 directly, because here type 2, Manoj, what you written is 2. So instead of Archana, that you don't have to type in a quote. Okay, in this quarter, you are not added quarter. Whenever numerical values are there, you don't have to type the quote. So straight away type number 2. You don't require that. Okay, instead of here, you type number 1 or number 2 or employee code, if it all it is there, which is there in the numerical value. It will look for the numerical value. Yeah, that's what I can show you, Manoj, right now. So maybe I can show you once again. Till here it is common because it's a numerical value. Suppose instead of the criteria range 1, you're talking about this is the criteria range 1, comma, I'm typing 2. So as per you, I'm typing 2. Okay, here don't require any code, comma, and I can remove. Okay, I can remove. I don't have to use any one column. It is not restricted. So I can go with the second criteria range, this one, or maybe I can go with this. I'll tell you. I can go this. I can go with this and comma. In that, I can type north, bracket close, sorry, yeah, bracket close, there was a miss, bracket close. So here what is happening? Now you can check 2, see 1, 2, 3, 3 entries are there. But what I typed north, so 2 north, 2 north, 2 south. So 2 north, 2 north. There are 2 entries can be considered. So this and this. So what is the average? Total is 33,552 divided by 2 entries because 2 north, 2 north. My formula is talking about. I am not telling anything. So this column I typed 2. I am looking at 2. And column B I am looking at north. So it will look for combination 2 north, 2 north, 2 south. So no combination. So it is not there. So this is 3 north, this is 4 north, this is 1 south and 1 south. So the combination is going on. So at present 1 north, sorry, 2 north and 2 north belongs to Archana and Vidya. So this and this entry 33,552 divided by 2 entry because 2 times are there. This combination is true 2 times. So we have result of 16,760. 16,776 is the average value. Average if, average IFS when data is this. Okay. Thanks, Manoj. So Jagan, if at all you have any representation in different areas, you just try to provide. Okay, just try to provide criteria 1 2 times, criteria 2 times, or maybe multiple times. Definitely you can go ahead because 90% you don't get the result because of multiple combination. Otherwise you just keep on provide criteria 1, criteria 2, criteria 3 and criteria n. So till then you can go ahead, there is no issue. I think you can practice now average if this option and average IFS with this combination. Anyway, I'm going to, I think I shared this Excel sheet in the last session itself. You can practice on this. The next one is the median. I'm talking about median function. So median is usually to identify the middle value. People will get confused sometimes. What is the difference between median and average? That anyway, I'll just clarify that. Always people get confused with median and average. Average is what? Average of total value, right? Average of total value. I'll just clear the formats, okay? And that is just keep it in the middle. Now there is a value, just approximate value provided. Say 300, 890, 15, not in a proper order. Simply I just inserted some number and this is my result screen. At present I am getting 124 as the median. So how to write? Is equal to median into bracket. Median is the formula, is equal to median, or you just type M, you will get median into bracket. So these many values, this to this, okay? So these many values, bracket close. Now how you got this 124? So median of these many values are 124 because the method it looks for what is the minimum value to the maximum value. As a background in a back-end activity that is not shown visibly, it is not visible actually, that the process how it takes place, it is not visible, but as a background calculation. So the concept starts with this. So in a given selection, minimum is 15. So minimum value is 15. Maximum value is 1200. So minimum is 15. Maximum is 1200. So something like writing value 15 to 1200 in normal order. Okay. Typing 15 to 1200 in normal order and divide that order exactly. From the 15 to 1200, what is the middle point? You identify that middle point because it is a lengthy process. If you are using pen or paper, it is a lengthy process, or maybe Excel sheet also lengthy process. So series of number generator and middle value you can go for. So half of it. If I say 100 rupees, so half of it, 50. Okay, middle point. So 50 middle point. So like that, here 15 to 1200, middle value is 124. Now the same thing I've taken as a normal numbers. Suppose if I type in this case, and here also there are 2-3 formulas. In this case, if I identify median of 13 to 20 or some value I have written. So if I say 13 to 20, so if I type that 13, 14, 15, 16 till 20, so how many numbers are there here? So there are 8 numbers are there. So how I am getting 16.5? So balancing factor working out here. Say you know the balancing story. So first 3 and the last 3. Okay, you balanced. You just say these 3 ignored, these 3 striked out, whatever it is, whatever language you use, and whoever is left out. So 16 and 17. So 16 plus 17, 33 divided by 2, 16.5 is the median value, middle value. So this is 16.5. Okay, middle value, either this or this, 16.5. So in this case, that is. Next example, so I have written that 1 to 25 or some value, say 1 here, 14 here, 15 here, 17, 18, 19, 25, 25. So again balancing factor. Okay, when I say 1 to 25, so these many numbers I have written somewhere. So I'm putting that in an order. So 1, what is the next value? Higher value 14, next value 15. So till 25 in an order. I place that value in an order. So again balancing factor you can think. So this 4 is gone, this 4 is gone. So who is left? 17. So that is the median of 1 to 25. If I say average, if I say normal average, you highlight all the data. So usually what will come in the average? So if I highlight all the cells from 13 to 20, so it will go by plus 13 plus 14 plus 15 plus 16. So total is 132 divided by 8 numbers, 8 numerical numbers. So 132 divided by 8, 16.5. Sometimes you will get similar value, sometimes you don't get. But here, next example, 145 divided by 9, average is 16.11, but median is 17. So that is the difference between median and average. So this is total of these many values divided by numerical number. So this is the average. 16.11 is the average. But we are looking at median, middle value. So middle value is 17, average is 16.11. So that is the difference between median and average. So this is one thing. So there are 3 topics completed: average if, average IFS, median. So these 3 things are completed. Next I am entering into conditional formatting. Now before I enter conditional formatting, everybody knows that we are doing certain formatting. Okay, okay, I'm coming back, no issue. Okay, Sudipto, I'll just clarify your doubt. Why 124, right? So why 124? Now you take this example. Okay, I'll just highlight this with a color. Guys, there is a confusion. So here, these many values I just provided. Simply I typed it. There is no reason behind putting this. Or maybe I can type 250 here or something. Maybe I'll tell you 230 here, or somewhere here 175, or somewhere here say 280, or somewhere here say 600. Not in order, something. So now my middle value is 250. Example. So now if I tell you to take the paper and pen, what we can do? So you will go with the minimum to maximum value. What is the minimum value? 58. I'll just type minimum value 58. What is the next highest after 58? So next highest is 175. You're typing 175. And what is the next highest after 175? Next highest is 230. So I'm typing 230. Then what is the next value? is 250. So 250 is the next value. Then 280. Then after 280, we have 600. I'm just showing the manual method. That's what it happens in the background in the software. 600. The next value is 890. Now you see this balancing factor. These three gone. These three gone. Who is left? 250. See, 250 is the result. Okay, clear? Maximum you can do that. Otherwise, you don't have to do that because we have the formula in place. It will adjust automatically, and you will get the result. But but Sudip has got a query on this order, but you don't align this in order. If at all is required, suppose if you are using normal method, say if I highlight, if you are not using this method, so it is time consuming. You can do this. You highlight this. You can go with option smallest to largest. That also possible. Smallest to largest. So smallest to largest. You can see here. These three done and last three done. Who is left? 250. Okay. That's what the example I have taken. IFS. Okay. Venkateshan. Yes means this is if. Okay. 1 minute. I'll just complete this. Sudit, I think this is clear now. Jagan, I'm coming back to your. Okay, Jagan, I think this also I addressed. And Venkatesan, IFS, you're talking about what is IF and what is IFS here. Yes means if means only one criteria. In this case, range, criteria, and average value. So this value. So only one criteria. So average if based on one criteria. Next case, see this average range, multiple criteria. See range 1, criteria 1, range 2, criteria 2. So we have a criteria. IS means it's a plural, not a singular, not only single criteria. It is a multiple criteria. So formula is IFS, multiple criteria. So that's what they have added. Yes, not for any other reason. Hope median and this is clear. Okay, fine. No, any issues, any questions, straight away you can send it through chat window. So I don't mind. So ultimately, you have to understand the software, not me. Now, I'm just getting into conditional formatting. So conditional formatting. Now, before I enter conditional formatting, now tell you something. What is formatting? Okay. Now, when I say formatting or a conditional formatting, suppose if I highlight this cell or range of cell, apply background color, apply font color, apply border for the cells, maybe bold, maybe italic, maybe underline, right? I'm doing so many things. Okay, I'm doing so many formatting. So I'm just doing manual formatting. I'm using manual formatting. But now I'm talking about formatting using conditions. Formatting using conditions. Using ready-made conditions. Using our own conditions. Okay. Absolutely, Venkatesan. The way you want to represent the data, the way you want to apply some beautification to the data or a cosmetic item what we are using, colors. So that's what we are doing, formatting. Now, when we apply, okay, this is just a formatting. Maybe I'll just clear this formatting, clear format. So I don't want that format anymore. Now, next one is you want just wrap text. Wrap text, somebody who sent the question, this is Sudipto. Wrap text is, suppose this is the content in particular cell. If I am not applying that, so it looks like my cell, my data is there in this particular cell, which is A11. My data is available in A11, and it looks like it is overlapped column B also, but my data is in A11 only. If you check this cell, there is no data. That is B11, there is no data. But here, data looks like it is overlapped column B, and maybe it is included in column B, which is not actually. But effect looks like the data is overlapping column B, sometimes column C also. So to avoid this case, so we are applying warp text, means give extra space, extra row space. Earlier, control Z. See, earlier only one row space. When I apply wrap text, so my line is divided into two parts, maybe after median. So till here it can accommodate the word. So from there it went to second line. It has gone to second line of the numbers provided. So that is a wrap text. And we have one more thing. Okay, this is accommodating data in only one cell. Suppose sometimes you don't want to apply this. I'll take the same example. You don't want to apply this effect, but there is a one column which is waste column. Maybe you thought of merging these two cells, column A11 and B11. This and this, you can say merge and center. Now, my data is accommodated on one particular area which is merged, column A11, B11. So usually nobody does this unless is there any particular necessity. Otherwise, we just click on this, come back and say warp text. So data is aligned properly in particular cell, one cell, and you can apply left column, left alignment, center alignment, right alignment, or maybe vertical center or vertical or horizontal center. You can go with this. So these are the options are available. Okay, this is wrap text, merge text option. Definitely, Manoj. I have already provided last session. Once again, I'll provide after completing this session. So last session, you can just go in the chat messages. I have already provided this file. Now, just moving on to condition formatting. So this is, hope this is clear, Sudipto. This is clear. And condition formatting. The next one, I'll just come back to the sheet condition formatting. Now I have various data. Maybe I'll just clear the formats, clear formats. I want sample data. Now, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. So in that, we can apply the condition which is readily available. First one is highlight cell rule. Second one is top bottom. Now, let me concentrate on first rule, greater than or less than or between or equal to or a text that contains or date which frequently appears or occurring or duplicate values. So these are the first condition sub options. Now, maybe I'll take some fresh data if at all required. Say for example, 1, 2. I'll just generate some data, guys, nothing else. I'm just generating data. I'm just typing 1 to 10 and some data. Now, I'm going to highlight this data. First option, highlight cell, greater than. Now, greater than rule I'm going to apply. Format the cell that are greater than. You type the values. Which one you would like to highlight? Say greater than 3. Okay, greater than 3 or greater than 10. If I type greater than 10, nothing is highlighted because my value stops at 10. Where is the question of greater than 10 or greater than 9 or greater than 9? 9 means only left is last row. So 10 is highlighted. So format the cells that are greater than. So you are assuming some values greater than 4. So this whichever value is greater than 4, so it is highlighted. Okay, now if I say minus 4, minus 4, greater than minus 4, all are minus 4. Good question. If somebody asks me, why don't you put minus 4 if it is minus? Plus we are seeing, if I type minus 4, format the cells that are greater than minus 4. Why all the cells are highlighted? Because these cells are positive value, not the negative value. So greater value, which I said minus 4. So greater than minus 4. So greater than minus 4 is these are the values, or greater than 1 or minus 1 or 2 or 0, right? Or nothing. Nothing is highlighted. So format the cell that are greater than or less than. Now, so this is what we can apply. Now, if I say greater than 5, okay, in this case, and you have an option to change the color. So there is a pink background. So if you want to change that color with some special effects, so you can use the fill effect. Maybe you can apply simple color or a gradient color. There is an option gradient color. So most of the time I love this color, yellow and red combination. So apply this. Now these many cells are applied with format the cells that are greater than 5. Let me apply this. Now again highlight the same cell. So you may ask me now, how many times apply same conditions or different conditions. So you can apply as much as possible. If condition is true, those cells are getting highlighted. Now next one, highlight the cell less than, say, 5. If I type less than 5 or less than 6, okay, or less than 5, you type. Format the cells that are less than 5 again with some color, custom format, fill effect, say green and blue, this combination. So format the cells that are less than 5. So not 5, less than 5. Earlier option greater than 5. So greater than 5 is not, this is considered, and this case also not considered, less than 5. So here 4 cells and here 5 cells are highlighted. Or highlight once again, one more format. Format the cell that are equal to 5. Equal to 5. So this number is balance 1. How to identify that? Either you can use whichever less than 6 or less than 7. So it will be highlighted. Or format the cells that are equal to 5. Equal to 5. Again I would like to go with red color or any other color. So you can apply that. So we have multiple criteria applied on simple or a same location. Okay, simple and same location. Now this is how we are identifying the or applying the formatting. Definitely. Now Ramesh, what you sent is, if the numbers are in decimals, that's what I said, decimal. Suppose you can go back, you are already applied some conditions, right? So those conditions are available in manage row. So these are the condition which is there in the manage rule. Now, suppose if I take this rule, edit rule, and say cell value equal to, oh sorry, not this one. If I take this one, edit, and say cell value less than 6. Okay, 6 is already highlighted, but in this rule, the green color combination I'm using less than 6. What happens? Apply. So here less than 6, and but it is not overlapping because this particular data or formula is also there. This red color formula. Maybe you can delete that and you can check. So this formula is also there. I'll just delete this, then apply. Now see the combination. See the combination. Now This formula says cell value which is greater than 5. So greater than 5 means starting from the 6 to 11. Next formula says less than 6. So I have included this also. Maybe less than 7. Apply. So less than 7. So this is also included. This row is also included. Why included? Because my formula is my particular formula in a top order. So this is the super powered formula now compared to this one, because this is in the second order. Now if I take this to upper location, so this yellow red combination in the first location, I take that, I can change the order, see up this, or you can push this up. So there is the option apply. Now again both are balancing factor. So here also 1 to 5 and 6 to 10 is in the balancing factor. So that order can be shuffled and we can check the result. Okay. Next one. Now as of now we are seeing the static values. Say 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the static values. Okay, not changing any value. Why don't we try it on the dynamic values? Now you may be thinking that in Excel, who will provide the dynamic value? Dynamic value means the values are fluctuating, changing now and then. As soon as I refresh my Excel sheet, my values is going to change. Now how we can do that? Because I'm not connected to any share market data or XML data or any database, because whenever customers or interaction data is changes, my Excel sheet is also reflected. So there is a different part, but without using those things, I can tell you one formula. Hope you know this. So is equal to, I'm using as a fresh now, is equal to rand between. So I'm using the second one, not this one. This one I'll tell you later stage, not now. So rand between, that means run the numbers between, rand between, not the name, not the location name, not the color. I'm talking about only ran between, or run between bottom and top. What is bottom? Run between number 1 comma, that is the number 1 is bottom, top is number 100. So randomly in this particular cell, randomly 1 to 100 numbers are generating now and then. So 1 is the bottom value, 100 is the top value. So you can provide anything, 1 or 1000 or 10,000 or 1 lakh, you can provide, there is no issue. So bottom is 1, top is 100. So bracket close. Now see 1 to 100, within 1 to 100, any value can come here. You can check here in this value. I just refresh using F9 button or F4 buttons. Those are using 2007 or 2010, they can use F4, or I'm using 2013, or if you are using 2016, use F9. F9 to refresh. See now 36, 4, 54. Okay, I'm just refreshing so that randomly some new number comes. Why I'm using this? What is the necessity of using this formula? Just to identify dynamism of conditional formatting. So just I want to show some more effects on conditional formatting. So the same formula can be replicated. Okay, same formula, maybe 2-3 columns if you want, or you can leave this. So see, everywhere same rand between is replicated. I just drag the formula. Now you can refresh F9. See, this data is changing now and then. Now highlight these column from here to here. Now you apply highlight cell rule. Highlight cell rule greater than. You decide now. You know what is the minimum and the maximum value. Highlight the cell that are greater than 75 with any color. Maybe you can go with a single color this time, say yellow color. So format the cells that are greater than 75. So apply this. Now see, wherever the values are greater than 75, those cells are highlighted. When I refresh this using F9 key, Now the location, color of that location changes. See this location. Maybe I can take my cursor here to check. At present, it is under our criteria, conditional criteria. So it is highlighted. Now if I refresh this, so may not be in that criteria. This particular C135 cell address, now it is 24, not falling under that criteria. So whichever cell is greater than 75, highlight those cells using conditional formatting. Now again, once again, I'm going to highlight same number of cells, even though condition is applied, one condition is already applied, less than. So highlight, format the cell that are less than, say 25. Example, you can do anything later stage. Highlight the cells which are less than 25. So apply. Now there are two formulas running on screen. See this. See the fluctuation. This is what I wanted. Dynamic data, fluctuating data. Whenever student score changes, color changes, greeting changes, that I'm going to explain one by one later stage. So what do you mean by greeting? Say particular student is scoring 90%. You are popping the message as excellent. Or one student is failed with a 25 marks. You can say that poor, better luck next time. Something like that you can put the message. That we'll see that later stage, not now. Now, once again, say I'm using greater than, less than. Now I can use between two values. You can do anything between two values. You can overlap also. 35 to 55. So this is the third criteria. So third criteria, maybe I can use one blue color. Yeah, blue color. So now we have three formula running on our screen. So less than, greater than, between. So you can verify that formula here. In manage rule, you have this formula. See this worksheet. So these many formulas are available. So as of now, we've worked with these many formulas. Maybe earlier there are two formulas. If you want, you can delete that. If it is confusing, you can delete that. Now we have three. See, one is cell value greater than 75. Yellow one. See, all is correct. Perfect. Second one, cell value is less than 25 with a green color. Everywhere, whichever less than 25, green color. Cell value between 35 to 55. So with a blue color. So like that, we can apply multiple combination and even equal to. What is that equal to? Because as of now we are providing either greater than, less than, or between. Now we can tell them that provide, say equal to, okay, equal to 60. Custom color with the red color. Equal to. So whenever 60 numbers repeats, whichever location, see this 60, 60, red one. Whenever 60 repeats, say 60 there, 60 here. So it is going to highlight. Now, Jagan, I'm going to again addressing your answer only. Can we bring out all this highlighted color to one side, just like filter by color option? Yeah, that is what. Because as I said earlier, my sessions are clearly planned step by step. So why I'm completing conditional formatting? Because this is the base for my next session, which I'm going to talk about filter, advanced filter, and custom filter. Okay. So I'm not going to mix that. I'm sorry for that. But let me complete conditional formatting. I understood your question, and that is definitely possible. Filter by color, filter by icon, filter by colors, or filter by the numbers, filter by comparison operators. That is because in conditional formatting, when I say icon, so there are something like icons. We can filter the data by icons. We can designate some icons to each value based on the the criteria that I will explain. So once it is done, I think we are good to go for the questions what you raised for. Okay, Manoj, what you said is 24.95 be considered as 25 or 25. Okay, now Okay, now I'll just go with Manoj question. So 24.95 will be considered as 25 or less than 25. Usually, it will consider as less than 25. Say for example, uh, now my condition. I'll just go back to conditions. I'll show you side by side. So this condition you're talking about maybe edit rule. Say cell value less than equal to 25, less than or equal to. You can also change that less than or equal to. Multiple criteria you can change later stage. So less than or equal to 25. Okay, less than or equal to 25. So this also you can apply, or just equal to also fine. So now is equal to 25. Okay, now in any one of the cell, suppose this cell, what you typed is 24.95. Now in any one cell, if I type, so that I'm not able to type because it is running with the formula. It's running with the conditional formula, which is ran between formula. I'm not able to change that value as a formula here, because suppose you type this, then you can apply. But now here, running the value from 1 to 100. So there is no decimal value question at all, because it is running integer values, not the decimal numbers. So that is not possible to run the decimal numbers unless you have rand function. Rand function is later stage, I will explain. But now here, when I say 24.5, say for example, let me type 24.95. Okay, if I type this, now if I apply this formula, less than 25, so it is considered because it is less than 25. But here I can't type that. If I type that, so definitely it is not going to consider, because it's running through rand between formula. So there is no question of in between values 24.95. But here it is considered as 24.95 as an individual application. Say value is 24.95. So it is not converting to 25 and considering it. As it is considering, because it is less than 25. Or maybe if I change this to value less than 24.5. If I take this also, apply, so it is not going to consider, because it is 24.5, not 95. Or maybe manage rule, edit rule, I'll take the same value 24.95. Even that value is not considered, because it is exactly 24.95. Okay, so this anyway you leave it, not required now. Now again coming back to the fluctuated value, where we have completed greater than, less than, and between, and equal to. So equal to value is something equal value. We have provided 60 as a equal value. You can check that wherever that 60 comes. Yeah, 60. So that is also highlighted with red color. So there are 3 conditions already there. And the next one is text that contains. The next formula is talking about, or condition talking about, text that contain. Now, when I say text that contain, you may be thinking that it has to be applied on text values or text characters or numerical values. Now, in this case, what I highlighted, which is numerical value, but conditions talking about text that contains. This is just the concept, but you can apply it on any way, like on your alpha character, which is A to Z character, or numerical values. Now, I'll just go up. I have some data. Maybe I can start fresh. Why to use old data? Say for example, January. I'm just dragging this. Okay, so this is my value or text. So condition text that contain. When I type text that contain January, So January is highlighted. Maybe any specific name. Now when I type J, maybe capital J or a small j. Let me just type J. So when I type only J, wherever the J character is there, say January, June and July, those months are highlighted. Or when I say combination of JA, so JA is only one combination, see J and A. Or there are months ends with BER. Okay, there are months ends with BER, that is September, October, November, December. This order also it supports. So BER, there are 4 months. Or ARY, January, February. See ARY, ARY. Suppose in between if I take NU, sum of the character N and U. So NU combination. See N and U. It is not that N and A. If I say NA, so there is no, say N is here, after U there is a that is not considered. So it is not jumping and coming to the next character, definitely not. So the combination either from the right side or a left side, combination takes place. So text that contains, so capital letter or capital letter or small j, doesn't matter, it's going to highlight January, June and July. Or complete name, JAN, complete name, that is also going to highlight. So this is application on text. Now again we have some data. Text that contains one. Okay, text that contains, or here actually concept is numerical value that contains. So if I type 1, wherever that 1 is there, see 1 here, 10 here, the starting value is 1, that is highlighted. Or 0, wherever the 0 is there, see 10, there is 0, here also 0, wherever that 0 is there. 0 2 combination, 0 and 2. I typed reverse, there is no 0 2, but I am typing 0 and 2, that is not considered. So from the right to left side combination, say 2 0, 20, that is highlighted. Okay, maybe yeah, I think that's it. That's what the value we are able to identify. Text that contains or value that contains. So maybe you suddenly you type that specific number. So say for example 450. Nothing is highlighted. As soon as you change that value to 450, that is highlighted. As soon as you change 450, that is highlighted, because immediately it come under that particular purview of conditions. So this is text that contains. Okay, greater than is over, less than is over, between, equal to, text that contain, it's over. Now date which is repeating. So for that I have already some ready-made data. So data which repeating. Yeah, it is applicable to alphanumerical values or data. Correct, you are right. Venkatesan, you are right. Okay, now here also I wanted to run the dates randomly. We know that how to generate the date and time normally. If you want to run the random dates, maybe we can, I'll show you how to generate random dates if at all required. So I'll take a fresh, say for example, is equal to same formula, rand between formula, but directly we were typing numbers. But here this time I would like to generate the dates. So date, I want the date formula, because here I can't type lower date and the upper date as a bottom value and the top value. It will definitely not consider. So I'm using date format. So date, okay, date is the format. Date, okay, double click on the date, into bracket. Once you write rand between, inside the bracket date, again you are opening the, because what you're trying to say here, we are saying the lower date because bottom and the upper combination. So date, what is the year? Say 2016, comma, month is what is running now, 11, comma, what is the day? 13th is the day. So that is one date. This is for bottom value. As soon as you complete the bracket, it says bottom is highlighted. See, it is bold now. Bottom date is clear, comma. Now you have to provide same formula once again. Same formula, date into bracket. Again, which year? This is your the current year. You can go to a next year, 2017, comma. Next year, 17, 11th month only possible if required, comma. Date is up to next year, next month and the same date. 13th is the date. Bracket close. So here see, one bracket close, two bracket close. So we want 1, 2, 3 bracket to close. 1, 2. Total 3 bracket. Enter. I think it is required one more. Yeah, I think it's required one more. Yes. So now, so this is actually date. Okay. Now randomly any date can come. See this F9. So randomly any date can come. See it in this particular cell. So I can replicate the dates. Same thing. I'm just dragging the same formula. Any date can come. Why I want this? So I'm going to explain something. So I want some dates. Okay, starting from this month to last month. Maybe I can just change October month. Okay, I'm just doing one change here, October, because last month and this month is November. So 2016, 13th October 2016 to maybe next year, whatever it is. So this formula again I'll replicate and just drag this, because there are certain criteria required last month also. So again going to highlight the dates. Now we can apply one by one. Date, if it is a date, there are criteria. See, yesterday, in entire given date, yesterday was what? 12th November 2016. So entire selection, in entire selection, 12th November 2016 not there. So yesterday nothing is highlighted. I am not applying it because before applying only we can identify. Yesterday there was no date. Then let me apply this. Maybe show you yesterday with yellow color, and let me apply this. Okay. Now you can refresh this data. F9. Maybe see yesterday 11th, 12th, 11, 2016. So one date is generated. Based on that, color is highlighted. Yesterday. Once again F9. See, I'm just refreshing it. So it will take some time randomly generating the number, right? So anytime come or may not come, randomly running this. So 12, 11, it is not coming up. Anyway, yeah, one case it came and went off. Yeah, it came and went off. Yeah, here, see, 12, 11. Again, once again, highlight cell rule. In that, yesterday is over, right? So today, okay, today, yesterday is done. So again, I'm applying today with a different color. Yellow is already used. Today is, you can say blue. Apply it. So I can run this. See, there are two formulas. See, this is today and yesterday. Both are running. Sometimes you may get both. See, today, yesterday. Right? Now, once again, yesterday and today is over. Tomorrow with, tomorrow is Monday. So I want some danger color. So red one. So tomorrow is 14th November. And check. See this, 14th November. So tomorrow. Okay, and 13 is not there. You can check. 1310 is there. 1311. I'm talking about 1311. Today's date. Nowhere it is there because it gives 100% result unless you have any problem with the formula. Yesterday date 1211 is also not there. 1311 is also not there. 13 is there, that pertaining to October, not November. So sometimes you get combinations. See, now this time, tomorrow and today. Okay, I'm going to highlight the same data. So yesterday, today, tomorrow done. In last 7 working days, in last 7 days, highlight with violet color. Apply. Last 7 days. Say this, last 7 days. Starting from this date, backdated. So last 7 days, only 3 dates are popping up because 11th, see 11th month. So now 4 criteria, 2 criteria, again 4th criteria is running. And similarly, last week with different color. Last week, again I'll apply, I finish everything, start applying now. So yesterday, last week, this week with say brown, okay, and again last month. So like that you can apply one by one. I think priorities, what priority you required, you can order later stage. Now this is how many formatting you applied. You can check here. See in this worksheet. So you have applied these many conditions. So even earlier option also it is there. Otherwise I can delete this. I can only show from where we started. Yeah, I think from here these many conditions are applied. See, yesterday, today, tomorrow, last day, last week, this week, last month. So these are the criteria. Now the order whichever you want, say you want yesterday, then today, then tomorrow. So this order can be changed. So I can push this to the top order. So yesterday or maybe today, if you want top order, you can push that to top order, then apply. So these are the if true. That means you can apply this. You can check this radio button. That means to wherever that conditions are applicable, so that's going to stop there. Stop means it is not going to stop on the screen because you have a rand between formula. It is not going to stop. But when you have the dynamic data, it shows that that's the location where it is freezed. So that option is also available. So that combination works out here. See this multiple combination. Today, tomorrow, yesterday. So multiple combinations are working out. Then if we have very short period, say 2016, 10, 2016 to, so if I show you a shorter year, maybe December 13. So till then, it is shorter year. So then I can drag the formula. Shorter dates if you take, you will identify the more results on screen. See this, because there is a shorter date. This month, October month to December month, only October 13th to December 13th December 2016. Very short period, only 3 months, within 3 months. Now we have more highlights. See this, more highlights. Maybe overlaps are there. Last week, this week, last month, this month. So overlaps are there. But order is available. Order can be put in place. So there is no restriction on applying conditional formatting. Then last, I think 2-3 you are there this month and next month that you can apply anyway the same combination. Highlight entire date, then apply that combination. Otherwise, definitely. Yeah, definitely, Venkatesan. If all conditions are satisfied in a screen, will be random formula work. Definitely. Otherwise, if you have a static data, so the fluctuation will not be there. It will be there only. That color combination, highlighted color will be in the same location only. So here I am using rand bit1 to show you whether the formula applied is fluctuated whenever data changes. That's what important here. So whenever data changes, criteria changes, then the color changes. Okay. So usually you don't find that stop option. Usually when I see this manage rule, so this actually doesn't matter because very rare case. So this required, otherwise not required only. Ultimately, the order matters because nobody applies these many similar category rule. Maybe one time job closing it, not multiple. Because to explain that, I just applied one after another. Otherwise, nobody do this. Because basically when we come to real life data, like static data, we don't apply these many times. So I will show you because I have these two sheet that I'll show you what is happening there when student score is fluctuates. So based on that, that's what the maximum criteria we can see. So otherwise, this is not required. If stop, if true stop, that is not required. Okay. Now next one is maybe I can take the date itself. I just clear rules from selected cell. I'll clear all the rules because I want this data. You can check here. Okay, there is no formulas now. Now, again, I'm going to highlight this. In the first condition, last option, duplicate values. Duplicate values. What is duplicate values? Same dates are generated multiple times. So, identify duplicate values. Values are normal numerical numbers and values are dates, values are names or location names, roll number, employee ID, telephone number. So these are values, okay, alpha numerical values. So format the cell that contain duplicates. So format the cell that contain duplicate. So these are the cells which are highlighted, that is duplicated. Say for example 1510. 1510 is duplicate. See here, this is 1510 is highlighted. So when I hit this F9 key, refresh key, so this duplicate criteria changes. Wherever this 2811 or say 2811, maybe here 2811. See, there is a duplicate. So that duplicate, when we take this entry into data validation, or when we go in the next session, maybe in the 50th session or 6th session, so we have option to remove duplicate. So you just understand conditional formatting today. So once I complete filter and advanced filter, now I'm moving on. Later I move on to remove duplicate. So that option also we have. Okay. Now, or even we can filter and we can delete. We can filter, then delete, or without filtering it, we can delete using remove duplicate option. There are multiple criteria, so I will explain one by one because I don't want to mix everything. So already I know that be too confusing because so many concepts, so many application, so the procedures that you need to remember. So as of now, we have applied a duplicate values. What is the next one on the same data? So I'm going to highlight the same data. Conditional formatting. Okay, conditional formatting, duplicate. This time, not duplicate. This time I want unique values. Unique value with which color? You can go with the green color. Yeah, you can go with green color. So unique value. So there are two criteria. One is duplicate and second is unique. In the same location, duplicate values and unique values. So, but the option they mentioned is duplicate, only to identify duplicate value. But there are two things: format the cells that contains unique values and the duplicate values. So apply this. Now you can check wherever the green color is there, that is 311. You don't find the 311 in any case, even in duplicate value or in any unique cases. So 311 is, see, this is 1311, this is 2611, 711. So wherever green is there, that date is unique in the entire sheet. Here in this particular location, that is unique. Others are yellow colors are duplicate. Even when you refresh this, the duplicate and unique value changes. Why changes? Because fluctuate in formula, because we have this random between formula. Suppose if I take this value as it is value, I'll just copy this. I copy this and somewhere below I just put a value. I just put a value. So maybe date. So short date. So I just taken the value. Say as it is date which is running here, 6/12 or 22/12 or 22/10. The same thing I copied here. See, there is no rand between formula. I just copied date value. So if I hit F9 also, nothing is going to change. I'm hitting F9, nothing is going to change. Now also you can see, highlight this and duplicate values. So duplicate value with yellow color, apply, and again same selection, unique value with green color. So now we can easily identify. So F9, nothing is going to change. I'm hitting F9, nothing is going to change because they are static value. Now I will tell you something. Now this 28, somewhere it is, because yellow, that means duplicate. See, this 2810 is available. Suppose if I change this date, instead of 28, if I change this to 27, what happens? So that is turned to unique value, because earlier it is 2810. 2810 is there, and now 2710 is also included. And maybe you can go with maybe a glance. I'll show you filter. So in filter, you have this option, filter by green color. See this, filter by green color, because condition wise, one by one, or filter by green color. So only filter by green color. Actually this is not the data, guys, because to apply filter we should have a labels and we should have a data. Anyway, next session is on that only, so don't worry. So but we can do that, filter by green color, filter by yellow color, filter by icon, or remove duplicates. That is also possible. And even if I go to data and say remove duplicates, so it will ask you from which column, column A, B, C, D, which column remove duplicates. So we have duplicates. So in this case, actually here we are not able to get, because duplicate from all the columns. So all the section applies. So no duplicate value found, because it is going by the combinations. Combination is not available. But anyway, the other methods are there. Not now. Definitely I'll let you know. Otherwise, I'll take a different example where we really identify the name duplicate, value duplicate, location duplicate, then the unique value, then we are able to delete that. Now this case, we can't do that, because these colors are based on, see, 12511 is here, not in the same column. That next 2511 is somewhere not there, because it is unique. See, 1112, it is somewhere here, 1112. Say 1112, it is here. So it's based on two combination. Maybe I will show you one more thing. Maybe this will work out. Remove duplicate. Remember 1112 and 1112. That is I don't want column A, I want column B, and not C is not required, D is required. Why? Column B and column D combination I'm going with. Entry, no duplicate. The combination is going on. Still it is not going to allow you. But anyway, uh, with a different segment I will show you later, because as of now I don't have this labels and all, so it is not providing the proper result. But this is with only conditional formatting, nothing else. So we have completed highlight cell rule. So these are the sub rules we have completed. Now I am moving on to top bottom rules. Top bottom rules. So once I complete this, I think we can have a stop. So next session will continue with the data bars and color scales and icon sets. So that it is too much if I continuously I push the data. Okay, now I think I need some fresh data. I'll take say 10, 20, 100, can say 110, 120. Just example. Rand function, rand between or rand function? Sudipta, you want rand or rand between? Okay, rand you want. Okay, now I'll just show you rand. What is rand? Because we have seen rand between. Rand is actually what exactly to run the value within one, the value one, not above one. Rand. If I say rand, okay, just rand. There is no, say into bracket. There is no value providing here. Okay, there is no value providing. I'm just closing this bracket. End. So here maybe you can adjust decimal values or decrease or increase. Okay, 3-digit decimal value, and here you can see randomly. Maybe I can replicate the formula here. Okay, so everywhere rand, I'm not providing any option. There is no option to provide the lower value or a higher value. Just a rand formula. Rand formula is going to generate the values with integer point. This is integer. Wherever the 0 is there, that is integer point or a portion. Then the dot. Then after that there is a decimal value. So values are generated within one, maybe point 0, 1 to 0999. So in this case is 092 or 099. Anything can come within one, less than one. Not I should not say one. So less than one. It will not touch one, because any case the one is not here. See this. Any integer value. What is integer value? If I type 125, as of now, this is, I'm just example. If I type 125, this is integer value. Now, when I type 125.50, so in that, see in that 125 is integer value and 50 is decimal value, for your understanding. Okay, any value it comes with integer and the decimal, usually fractional values. So fraction, when you do some divided by, some multiplication, usually divided by, or usually in an average calculation, you will find 125.50 or 125.009, something like that you get it. So this is a combination, integer and the decimal. Now this rand formula to run only the numbers within one, because this is again a reference calculator, reference calendar. Randomly, statistical of some statistical operations, we do that. So what we do is equal to the number, you can say 5 into, you can say C to C 277. Sometimes this is running as a reference number or reference table. So here 5 is my value into C277. So whenever value comes, say when I refresh this, my data changes here. See this, my data changes. Why? My formula where my number 5 is fixed, that is my value, that is fixed. But it is always multiplied by or multiplied with C277, whichever value is running, that value is going to reflect here. So that's what the RAND formula. That's it. I'm not telling something different. So only that's it, RAND formula. Now, coming back to the conditional formatting. Highlight the same thing. Next one, refreshing data is F9 key, guys. F9. How I'm refreshing means, in this case also I just show you that this is also date I produced. Here I produced date, F9 key. I just hit F9, so data is refreshed because I'm using formula, RAND between formula. I don't ask me again RAND between. What is the RAND between? So I think fourth time I have done the same thing. Now I'm just getting into new conditional formatting section. Conditional formatting, second one, top bottom rules. So here there are certain rules. Say top 10 items. Just remember, here to here, how many entries are there? 10 numbers are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 100. 10 numbers are there. Okay. Now, when I highlight all the 10 numbers, when I provide this top 10 item, highlight top 10. This is actually the name they have produced, so nothing to do with this. May be you have a 10,000 data, 1 to 10,000 data, but it's just a name for a condition. Say for example, you have format the cell that are ranked in top 3. When I say rank in top 3, so top values, so 100, 90 and 80. 3 values are highlighted. Format the cell that rank in top 1. I'm just reducing top 1. So 100. So top 5. 5 numbers are highlighted. Now, when I say top 1, example, when I say top 1, click OK. Okay, as of now, top 1 is 100. Now, if I type one more 100 here, what happens? So now, these two values are top 1 values because they are equal value. If I type 101, so my criteria is switching over to 101 because he is the leader now, not the this 100 because this is 101. I said top 1. I never said that you highlight 100 or 101 or 50. Whoever is top in this criteria. If I type this 200, it will leave this value. It will highlight this value. Okay. Now, same conditional edit rule. So top 1. Then if I say top 2. Okay, top 2 or a top 3. Remember, I'm just doing top 3. So top 3, 100, 200 and 100. Now, if I say 100 only, this 100, this 100. Actually, only 2 values. Maximum is this, minimum is these 2. So if I ask 3, so it is highlighted only 3. Now, if I add one more 100, or maybe if I add 201, my criteria change. See, top value 1, second value, and this as the third value because I'm asking 3 values. So see the combination. Why I'm taking this example? What happens if it is only 100? What happens if it is only 200s? What happens if it is 100 and 200? So that combination. So here, this and this one count, this is one count, this is one count. Because I asked only three values. See the three value, top three values. If I say 4, that means 4 values are there. 1, 2, 3, 4 values are already there. If I ask 4, so it will go by this, and this. Okay. And if I ask once again 5 values, so it will go out of 100. This, and next one is 90. Next one to highlight is 90 now. You can see apply 90. Next value is 90. So top 10, bottom 10 value. Maybe whenever I use 1 and 2, so it will be more easy concept actually when I use 1 to 10 values. So that is very easy. 1 to 10. Again, top 5. Okay, top 5 highlight with yellow color. Apply. Same set of data. Bottom, this I will explain later. This and this is actually similar. Bottom 10 item or 5 with green color. So divided now. Top 5, 6 to 10. Bottom 5, 5 to 1 value. And the same time, if I change this to 10, color is changed. If I change this to 3, color is changed. That is also possible. So criteria changes when values are in change actually. So top 10, bottom 10 combination. Top 10 item, bottom 10 item. And the percentage also the same thing. Maybe I'll just remove this clear rules from selected cell. This is also same. Top 10 percentage, 10%. Don't go by normal percentage calculation. This is actually the value based. So maybe I can go with the same example, 1 and 2 example only. Then it will be more clear. Hope this is clearly visible to you. 1 to 1, sorry, this also. Okay, 1 to 10, top bottom, top 10 percentage. So when I type only 10, that means to the entire data, who is the highest contributor. You can also say this. Sum is total 55, average is 5.5, but the top 10 percentage wise, not average wise, 10 percentage. So this is now I just increase percentage. This is actually percentage 20. See, 9 is also contributed. This is nothing but the first rule only, and see third rule 30. See, this is considered. So top 30 contributor out of these values. So three values. Then I'll bring it to 50%. See, 6 to 11. Earlier also it was highlighted 6 to 10, right? So 6 to 10, 50%. So this 50% contributing to the total value. This 50% is contributing to the remaining value. The same thing. That is one thing. Top 10 percentage, bottom 10 percentage. So bottom 10 percentage again, I'm going to 50 only. So with a different color, so that we can bifurcate and check whether application is right or wrong. See this. This 50%, bottom 50% or top 50%. Exactly divided. Percentage wise, definitely it's always confusing. Everybody has the same thing. What is the difference between this and this? Definitely I don't find the difference actually. It's only item calculation, this is only percentage calculation to the total value. Okay, top 10 percentage, bottom 10 percentage. Next one, next example, say I'll take only normal numbers only so that it is very easy to you. Maybe 10 values. Next one, next one is above average and below average. So you remember, we know how to calculate average. We know how to calculate average if, average IFS. Now this is something like above average and below average. Now when I apply this above average, so let me apply this above average. above average with yellow color. Okay, above average, and the same data below average with green color. Why? What is that average? I'll tell you one by one. Now, why above average is highlighted? Why below average is highlighted? Now, to understand this concept, we have to check what is the average of all the data is equal to average into bracket 1 to 10. So this is what the number I provided, 1 to 10 bracket close. So now I know that what is the average of all the data. Now the side by side I can open the conditions what we have applied. I think so many conditions are there one by one. I think I'll delete. Yeah. Now above average. What I upload above average, the average of the selected range. So why that is yellow? Because this is my average 5.5. So whichever is above 5.5, those are highlighted. Agreed? So this is what the average of 1 to 10. Total of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus till here. What is the value? Till here, see. 55. 1 plus 2, 2 plus 3, 3 plus 4. So that's why total is 55. 55 divided by 10 because 10 numerical count is there. So 5.5 is the average. So highlight the cell which is above average. That is what it is asking, above average. So whichever is above 5.5, that is from 6 to 10 highlighted. Highlight the cell whichever is below average, which is less than 5.5. So whichever is less than 5.5, so these cells are highlighted. So you know now there are 4 types of average calculation: average IP, average IFS, average, average above average or below average. So not 5, it is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 5. 5 averages category we can highlight, we can check. Okay, now I'm going to stop it here. I think we have completed first segment and the second segment. Next session onwards, I'm going to start with data bars, color scales, and icon sets, followed by. Don't miss my next session because something interesting I need to explain. So conditional formatting, color bars, and with icons, and with our own conditions, we can create our own condition, not the ready-made one. And sometimes to identify the student who is scoring greater than or equal to 70 or whose sum is greater than or equal to 375, when student score is greater than or equal to 75, you can greet him with good, bad, very good, excellent. So many criteria is available. So anyway, let us concentrate only for this session. So definitely, guys, I hope you enjoyed the session. Now what I can do is now I'll just save this file, and I'm going to share the Excel sheet. Now those who are not attended my last session, definitely right now I'll provide the Excel sheet as well as the last session. Those who are not attended my session number 3, so I'm just pasting that link. Just copy, guys, because nothing else. You can copy this link URL and Excel sheet, and definitely I will provide you right now. Just give me a 10 second. Manoj, I'm not able to provide link for this session because still I'm recording the session, because once I complete the session, I need to exit, then I need to produce the video. So by the time I produce the video, so you'll all be out of the session, so I'm not able to share that. Anyway, maybe tomorrow morning, I will send my admin to send the link to all your email ID, nothing to worry. and I'm just sharing the Excel sheet which I am using now. Uh, just give me 5 seconds. I'm just uploading that live file. Yeah, please collect the file, because this particular file, I'll just tell you how to download this file, those who are not aware of this. I just copy this URL which is there in the chat window and save that into your notepad or a Word document. Just URL, even content URL and the last session video URL. Just copy that. I'll just explain how you can download that. Just copy that URL. I'm just showing you here. See, this is your new browser. Just paste that URL which is there in the chat window. Just paste that and enter. Okay. So there is no password. So this is the file, formula file session 2, session 3 and session 4, because it contains 17 Excel sheets. So this is a file. Here is the option. See, download option is there. You just click on download. That's it. Or right click. You can also open from here. This will open here in this location. See, all the sheets are available. Important, character, condition formatting. This is what we have experienced today. See, average if, average IFS, median, everything is there. But you don't see through online. You just click on this option, say download. So it will ask you to your local drive, your C drive or D drive. Just download and you can work with, you can practice the file. Hope, if possible, anybody can confirm, any someone can confirm whether you are able to download the file or not. So after that, I think I can conclude and I can exit. Please confirm, guys, whether you are able to download the files or not. Please confirm. Okay, thanks, Venkat Ramanan. Definitely, I can wait, no issue. I'm not in a hurry, don't worry. I'm here, another 5 minutes I'm here. Okay, Bhavish, I think you have downloaded it. Okay, thanks, Manoj. You just click on the link, that's it. And if it is because of your office and your, maybe I know that people are working in different offices and that is blocked, link will be blocked sometime. So you can just collect that URL, go home, or through your mobile phone. It's because very, maybe not even, I can tell you how much MB it is. Maybe just 370 kilobyte, guys. I think through mobile phone also you can download that. You know, you're accessing internet through mobile. Yeah, thank you so much, Jagan and guys, and hope you enjoyed. And please don't miss my next session, because I'm going to conclude conditional formatting and then I'm going to start fill series as well as the filters, advanced filters, custom filters. Then we are getting into HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. Okay, there are many topics to explore. Yeah, thank you so much for your appreciating messages. Okay. Yes, definitely you can watch sessions on your mobile phone, because it is because there are some people already logged in through mobile, and I can see that. and I think they can also log in through tab, because I saw today, I think there are people, I can tell you there are 5 people, they are at present they are going through mobile phone, so definitely it is possible. And just now you shared the link URL, okay? So you can download the files, as well as last session video link also I just shared. You can copy that URL also. Okay, it is there in your chat window. Okay then, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye. So we'll meet again in the next session. Thank you. Okay, Manish, you want PPT? Definitely, I can share the PPTs right now. Just give me a second. I can provide that PPT also. I'll do one thing. I'll provide the entire folder link itself. You can download whatever you want. Yeah. Yeah, you can take this. So you have the shortcut keys, PPTs, everything is there here, and even one more link. So even this link you can copy. So you have a PPT, today's session, maybe previous session, earlier to that. Okay, all the data is available in these folders. So I given a folder access. You can copy. In each folder there are 10 to 12 files. So you can copy that whenever you have a free time. Okay, not given any restrictions using passwords, username, nothing. You can download as it is. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I shared all the links, guys. Manish, I shared all the links starting from 1 to till today, because there may be a confusion in folders, because one folder is equivalent to my 2 sessions, sometimes 3 sessions, because Excel sheets are more there in particular file. So you go by topic.